Hello everybody, this is Crumbs Goes Around 8, and I would have gotten this done much sooner, but I was trying to record it, and the babies would not get out of my room. So, this is going to be my thoughts on 7 Deadly Sins, Season 2, Episode 2. And, like I was trying to say in the original, when I was originally trying to record this, I think that the 7 Deadly Sins, Season 1.5, Signs of a Holy War are canon. Because one of the episodes where King and Deanne are spending time together, and we find out that Deanne's got her memory back from when she was little and King had left. And in that episode as well, King loses his memory thanks to a stupid falling rock. And we actually find out that in this episode that I'm currently talking about, we find out that Meliodas being cold towards Elizabeth and telling her no, she's not coming with them when they're, planning on going to Camelot. And she's a little upset about that, but she and I both understand why he's doing it, because they're more than likely going to be put in a dangerous situation, and he doesn't want to risk her getting hurt. And we both understand that, because it's like Meliodas to do something like that. Because he doesn't want the same thing to happen to her that happened to Liz, where she died. Anyway, we find out that Deanne actually loves King. And that would actually make his lifetime. I would say normally make his day, but considering how time works for a fairy and a giant versus humans, I'd say more akin to lifetime. Anyway, we find out that Deanne loves King, and King messed up big time by leaving, where he could have stayed and found this out, and, well, he could have been with Deanne. But nope, he decided to go along with Bon. And speaking of Bon, he and King ended up finding the new Fairy King's Forest, because in the Bond side story of that same season, the season 1.5 Signs of the Holy War, you find out that after Elaine died, he went and planted that seed she gave him, and grew a new tree from that, and as we see, well, it's grown quite a bit since in the 20 years. Since that happened. So, yeah. And a bunch of the fairies are still there, but they regard King as a traitor that abandoned them in Elaine. Which I can understand that, and for some reason they regard Bon as the new Fairy King. I think this might be in the third episode, but anyway, let me get back to Deanne and Elizabeth. Anyway, we find out that Elizabeth does love Meliodas, but she's afraid to tell him because she doesn't know if Meliodas likes her in that way, or if he just thinks of her as a friend, or friends of benefits, or whatever. And I can understand her hesitation because it's Meliodas. You don't know if he actually has those same feelings, or if he's just, concerned about her as a friend or whatever. And she obviously needs to tell him, or else she's never going to know how he feels. And, well, if you don't, then those feelings are just going to eat you up inside, because you're not going to know. And Deanne keeps telling Elizabeth, go tell him, because I regret not telling him, and then that brought up the whole conversation about King, which made me happy, because I would love to have had those two together. Let's see what else happens in this episode. Anyway, we see Zeal, the little boy that's Gila's brother, wandering around, and we find out that he doesn't know who he is, or anything about himself, or his sister for that matter. And, Merlin ends up giving Gother some, I guess, armor stimulant pills until she can get him to know his new set of armor, because his armor was broken in the first season. And he ends up spitting out the pill he took and tosses the others. So, yeah. That's not good. And then, cut to later, we find out, Meliodas is talking to Merlin and tells her that, he tells her that the Ten Commandments are out, which makes her nervous enough to be, I guess, stimulated to where stuff starts floating. And, well, dang it, I should have tried to figure out what I was going to say first. Anyway, Deanne and Elizabeth try to find Gila, and she finds her with Gother, obviously, because apparently they're dating from the first season, at the end of the first season. And, well, we find out that Gother did a, well, dickish move, and manipulated their memories, so that Gila thinks that they've known each other since they were kids, they're betrothed, that she doesn't have a brother. Well, like I said, it's a dickish move. And, well, Deanne and Elizabeth are obviously upset about this, because you don't go messing with someone's memories like that. And Gother doesn't apparently see the problem, because he wants to be able to experience, he tried to experience friendship by seeing how Meliodas and Bon act, and now he wants to see what love is like, and thus he did all this. And just so you know, I know why Gother is known as the Sin of Lust. I know why. That's because I looked some stuff up. And it's not, as far as I know, it hasn't been mentioned in the anime. I don't know if it's mentioned in this season or not. If it's not, then it'll probably be mentioned in, like, the third season or something. But, Deanne tells Elizabeth to go find Meliodas and Merlin and tell them what's going on. Gother stops this by knocking out everybody in the kingdom, essentially, with a spirit lower than, how much? 700, I think? And, yeah. Deanne and Gother start fighting, because Deanne's obviously not going to let Gother get away with this. And Gother's not going to let her stop him. And that's essentially how the episode ends. So, yeah. Anyway, ignore the little noises. It's the stupid messages. I wish they had kept the messages the old way, because that way they just slide on screen and then disappear. I don't have to actually click them to get rid of them. Because then I don't have to keep doing this. Anyway, yeah, that's about all I have to say for the episode. I'm glad that Deanne likes King. I'm a little annoyed at Gother for what he did to poor Gila and Zeal. If the stupid thing would go away, I could hit the record button, but anyway. Yeah, I want Elizabeth to tell Meliodas how she feels. For them to, start dating. I want King and Deanne to start dating. I want Bond to find a way to bring Elaine back, so they can be together. I want Gother to get over himself and, just essentially be everybody's friend again. And I want them to find Escanor, because that's the only sin left that I haven't found yet. And I want all the demons to go to hell. Well, the bad demons. Anyway, more than likely I'm not going to get everything that I want that I just listed. Let's see. That's about all I have to say for this episode, and I will see everybody next time.